What's happening? It's your girl, International Most P, without the T, baby, DJ Most Precious, the founder of MostPreciousPromotes.com, as well as the HotZone, the number one place to sit down and tell all the sweetness, you know? And also shout out to Podcast Delights. If you want to get your own podcast, make your own podcast, talk your own smack, well, this is where you do it. Anchor by Spotify. Salute to you all. Make sure you tell them DJ Most Precious sent you. Anchor, get your podcast today.
Winning.
What's up? It's your girl, Tisha Campbell, and you're tuned in to the Hot Zone on Legend of Tunes with DJ Most P.
Yeah, we did it.
Yeah, we did it.
TV and got the camera.
Oh my goodness. Daemon is on it right now. Mr. Daemon's in the building. But what's up, everybody, man? It's your girl, International Most P, here for all new in the Hot Zone. We're on like season 5 now. Like, oh my God, I can't believe it's been that many episodes, and it gets better every season. I'm kicking this season off with a dope addition to the archives of all my podcasts. I got Daemon in the building. He's from here, right? You from St. Louis?
St. Louis.
North side. Which street?
I'm a Normandy boy now, but I mean I bounced around a lot. You know what I'm saying? So we was near Jennings for a while. You know what I'm saying? And then ended up in Wellston for a bit, and then settled into Normandy. So,
Oh my goodness. Yes, so that area, which ain't that far from where I'm at.
I don't really like saying the streets. Cause
Oh, you ain't got cause then you got this street next door to you. Be like, oh, he from that street, and
it is.
It really don't matter the streets. For bigger perspectives, I should say, but for other aspects.
I just say what's the Natural Bridge in Lucas?
There you go. That's all you gotta say.
Like a
Actually,
area,
to be honest with you, that is actually the main area people know it's Normandy. Really, they be like, oh yeah, Natural Bridge.
Yeah, that's what you think of.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the Walgreens, right? You know about
the
Walgreens?
Walgreens.
Like, the Walgreens.
That whole little stretch right there. Lucas and Hunt, Club Shell, all that. Like, yeah, just don't. Yeah.
Every policeman, county policeman ever.
Oh, matter of fact, don't drive above the speed limit on Lucas and Hunt.
I be seeing people cut through there, and I'm just trying to give them the look. I try to I don't mean like a Wakanda Forever signal, like, bro, this ain't the area to be speeding in, bro. We need something.
So as you can see that we're very deeply rooted in our city. Like, I'm from St. Louis, he's from St. Louis, different parts coming together right now to talk about his journey, which is a massive journey. I mean, I can't even keep up with reading the bio. The bio is only a few paragraphs long, but this man has extensive amount more history that we're going to try to tap in today as we get into that. Daemon, is that like your real name? Is that how you got your artist name?
Yeah, it's my real name.
Perfect.
We were just talking about that a second ago about like going through all the different names. I went through a lot of names, and then I signed with a publishing company called Third Side Music a few years back, and I feel like that's when my career really started. And I was going by Fiki. Then that's a long story. That's a whole other story. And we ain't even gonna get into that. And I was talking with my A&R, and I was like, I think I just want to go by my regular name. And she's like, yeah, go for it. So you know what I'm saying? It just felt right. Like I felt like I was finally writing songs that wasn't me just saying stuff. You know, when you're younger, you just be running your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to be clever, trying to be the hardest, or trying to be it finally all kind of coalesced, and I felt like I was just speaking my truth. I was like, yo, man, just use your name, bro. Like,
use your name. That's how you really leave a legacy. It's like, this is my name. You can Google me. You ain't gotta look all over the whole world for it, because this is me, my birth certificate, everything is listed, my ID, which is good. So when we talk about artistry, and I must say, your genre spectrum is massive. Hip hop, rock. Yeah. Like I saw something you posted about it, you miss writing rock. Yeah. Like, let's talk about that, knowing our history of how rock came about.
Oh yeah, that's ours.
Let's talk about. Exactly.
Can we curse? Because I was about to say
this is whatever. It's freedom of speech, really. So let's go. That's our shit.
Big shout out to Zeus, because he just posted a video talking about that, trying to educate some of the younger artists, like younger black artists. Man, rock is ours too, man. No disrespect to anybody making it, but black folks, we should. I don't feel like we should feel confined. We have so much to give the world. We've already given the world so much. So it's just like, man, like sometimes I have a thought or a feeling I want to express, and hip hop has a certain vibe to it. It doesn't always fit a hip hop record. So I'll be writing lyrics even before it's really a song. Maybe it's not even a melody yet, but it's an idea, like a I started writing something about Jesus Take the Wheel, and it just, as I kept writing it, it manifested itself into more like a alternative rock record. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So it's just like that's what it is. You know, you gotta listen to the music, listen to that muse, the inner muse, and just follow it wherever it takes you.
I like that. I like the fact that you have such an extensive amount of creativity and artistry. So when we talk about artistry and how it rooted and how we have such good placement in all genres, to be honest with you, and then for the fact that you are who you are and you're enriched by it and you're giving it to us, and the elevation of how that song just came about. Let's talk about how that genre is placed in this music scene, though. Like, have you had any, like, tell us some of the good moments of how you integrated when you did rock and how you're mixing the rock with the hip-hop you've been doing for a while.
Well, I'll keep it real. I lived in LA for a long time too, and so most of my actual performing rock music was in Los Angeles. I was in a band called the Flux Capacitor, or the Flux, and we called ourselves post-genre because we were kids, and you could be kind of a pretentious little prick when you're a kid. It's like, it doesn't have a genre, it's post-genre, but so more of my experiences with doing rock music were in LA. In LA, I will give LA a lot of credit. They're a little more open. Things are a little more mixed up. Like, you'll find the rappers at the rock shows and vice versa, where St. Louis is still pretty segregated. It's still pretty split up. Like, the scenes are like, there are exceptions. There are overlap. Midwest Avengers, they do rock, rap, you know what I'm saying? So, they're everywhere. Midwest Avengers refuses to let themselves be cataloged. Big shout out to them.
Yeah, they're alternative everything. Like
whatever, bro. If it rocks and we feeling it, we
going with it, which makes them who they are. Yeah. They just celebrated 30 years, right?
30 years last night, yeah.
And you rocked that.
I was performing with them. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah, I saw a few snippets.
They gave me my first show. I've opened up. See, and it's not even a new thing for them in terms of breaking down genres. They gave me my first show. I opened up for a drum and bass DJ at Cicero's. So
wow.
I was lying about my age then, so I think I was 16 or 17, like sneaking into clubs and stuff. But they gave me my first gig. So I'm just saying, like, for me, St. Louis is funny. The artists, I don't think we really are that segregated. I think we all kind of commingle for the most part. But the fans don't. It feels like the fan bases are like, even within rap, the gangster rap fans. And a lot of the gangster rappers do not really mingle with like the white guy rappers.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? It's like I feel like it's split up with you got the guys like from the Force.
Yeah.
Tefpo, Rockwell Knuckles, that you know what I'm saying, the avant-garde
Black
artists.
Spade.
Black Spade, that's the go. He's the go to me. You got them, and then you got the gangster rap scene. It's a little more commercial style gangster rap trap music. Then you got the white boys who are all kind of cool. It's all kind of split up. And I've been trying to, like, since I've been back from LA, I'm just trying to rock with anybody I think is dope. So if I hear something I think is dope, I don't care if it's Nike Turbo or if it's my boy Squires, who I just met, and he's like a white guy rapper with more of a lyricist type. Like, if I like your record, I'm trying to rock with you, man. Like, I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep it funky.
Real funky. So let's talk about what took you to LA? Like, what brought you to LA?
Man, I got into some trouble in St. Louis. I was young and running my mouth, and I didn't understand at the time like how closely related the streets were to hip hop. Like, to me, it was like pro wrestling, you know?
Okay.
And so I got into some beef with some gangster rappers, and they were like, "We're gonna come kill you, fool." And my mom was like, "You moving with your auntie and uncle?" But it wasn't in Bel Air. It was in Rancho Cucamonga. So I went out.
Oh my goodness!
I'm just keeping it real, keeping it a buck. And we had a little detour. I went to Tucson for 6 or 7 months. Me and Rocky wrote some records together. My boy Rockwell from the Knuckles. Big shout out to him. And then from there he went back to St. Louis, and I had a chance to go to LA. I just took it, sleeping on couches, couch surfing, just doing whatever I could do, scraping up money, just whatever. I felt like at that point, it's kind of embarrassed to admit it, but it was like that was my identity, like getting out of St. Louis, because I felt that I was too weird, or I wasn't gangster or cool enough to be a St. Louis rapper. So I was just looking for just trying to search and find myself. You know what I'm saying?
That's deep, and I appreciate you. Right now, I got chills. I'm very, very strong on energy, and that story alone just gave me chills. So I like to get that testimony. That's a testimony for you, a testimony for us about you, and also help you get to who you are today. Yeah. And we actually have identity on that because I don't know where I fit in St. Louis, period. Like I've been an artist, I've been a poet, I'm a DJ, I've done shows, and I've been through the whole beef with certain people in St. Louis and then had to reinvent myself and relocate. Yeah. I've been there. So we literally, that story, I didn't even know about you. And here we are connecting on similar type of terms. I moved to Fort Worth, Texas during the era of a darkness for me in this city. So also it's a different scenery. I like to get out of the city.
Yeah,
so
did it help you?
Heck yes.
Yeah.
And I know it helped you for sure.
Oh God, yeah. The experience is there. Like I don't want to say I found myself, but it definitely put me on the path towards self-discovery.
Yes, both of us. So we getting into the really nitty gritty, and
I know we just started too. Damn.
Like, cause I like to just come in with the punches, and
I'm with it.
And also with the fact we lockheads, so you know how that go. Yeah. But no, we just vibing out. Shout out to our audience. We have a live audience in the studio right now. But no,
gotta get the laugh track and everything.
I got it.
Oh.
I got it. Let me do it. Oops. But wrong drop. But either way, how these interviews work literally are live on the spot. These are not scripted. These are not questions that I pre-sent him that he can prep for. So if you get the live effect, if you get the the miscue that I just did, it's because it literally is live right now on the spot. So Daemon, here we are. We've talked about your self-discovery. We talked about your testimony. We talked about your journey that led you to LA. Yeah. Now we're back here. However that transpired, but since being back, what are some of the good moments that you shared? Like, let's just highlight some of those moments where we got the floor is yours.
Well, actually, one of the greatest things happened when I got back. So when I first got back, I was my dad supposed to be retired, but he ain't. So he got this used appliance shop where he repairs appliances and stuff. And I'm not like my brother. My brother and my dad, they're real good with the hands. They're real, you know what I'm saying, mechanical. I'm not. So my job at the shop was to clean out clean out old refrigerators and stuff, you know what I'm saying, rip out, gut them and stuff like that, pull out the copper wire and all that stuff. So I'm doing that Monday through Friday, and Friday night, Saturday, I'm renting out studio time, just recording songs. And this song I did called Yeah, real original title, I know. The person we sampled is this jazz musician named Galt McDermott, and he had just passed. And so somehow when my song ended up in a package of all of his music, I guess the producer sent it to his family, something like that. And so when this publishing company bought the rights to his music, they got my song. And so one of the people from the company emailed me like, "Are you Daemon? Like, are you Fiki?" It was Fiki at the time. "Are you Fiki? who is Fiki? Who is this?" And so we kind of started talking, going back and forth. So it was really funny. I always tell people, in a dark moment where I felt like my career was over, I had to move home, live with my parents. I'm cleaning roaches out of refrigerators, 7 to 10 hours a day, and then I just kept making music, and then bam, I got a publishing deal. Like my very first publishing deal. That's how I've gotten songs in like movies and television shows.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Like, because you could segue to his. Like I said, his bios is really extensive, and I study every guest I have. But we gonna have to tag team his journey because his is massive. So let's talk about the placements. You got MTV. Let's talk about them.
Yeah.
TBS. Let's talk about them.
Yeah. No, we've got that. That's through Third Side Music. They're my publishing company that I'm signed with. They're amazing. They're a small company based out of Montreal, Canada, and LA. And they have a huge collection of kind of kept it going. A relationship started with me sampling something that they owned and then getting it placed. So from there we just kept it going. So they just sent me the owner of the company, Jeff Way. He's a avid digger. So every time we get in touch with Jeff, he's like in some random city. He's like, "I'm in Brooklyn right now in some old crate factory digging through old gospel songs." Like, wow. He's really hands on. So he'd be like, "I'm gonna send you these 50 samples. I'm got a record player and I'm recording them and I'm sending it to you." So me and him going back and forth. So constantly sending me new stuff to sample, and we just go through it. And like, you know, I think my favorite one was we just did Xbox, Forza Horizon 5. We just got to get a record on there. And
so you got game placements too.
Yeah. And
this man, see, you never know who's in your backyard, St. Louis. Straight up.
We here. So no, we got that placement, and that was literally, I was trying to get clean, and it almost killed me. Like, people, that stuff is real, and I couldn't walk, could barely talk, but I told my boy Steve Spiffer, chopped up his beat, sent it to me to try to cheer me up, and I wrote this song like as a note to myself, like called "Turn the World Around." It was just like, I don't care how bad it is, it's some kind of corny, you gonna be all right stuff, but it was just a note for me. And I remember I called an Uber because I couldn't drive, crawled my ass into that Uber. They set me in a chair at Shock City Studios. I recorded that song, and a couple months later, it was on Xbox. So it's just like, I don't know, man. It's been the last 4 or 5 years have been a constant roller coaster, but it's been a lot of affirmations. You know what I'm saying? Like, be true to yourself, get clean if you aren't clean, take care of yourself, take care of your mind and your body. You know what I'm saying? Embrace your home, because I never thought I would find success here. And even though I haven't found like some huge, like I'm a megastar in the city, I do give credit to the city for the success I've had. You know what I'm saying? Because like that song, it got placed. It got placed because of a singer named Shell who lived here, who came through the studio one day and destroyed that song. I mean, made it her song. And I know that's how I got that publishing deal. Was they heard that voice, they heard how we worked together, and they were like, all right, sign this kid. So I wouldn't have worked with Shell if I went home. I wouldn't have my producer Adrian's Beats if I wasn't in St. Louis. So
shout out to Shell, shout out to Adrian Beats. I'll definitely hope to meet both of you two one day in the journey. Man, Daemon, this interview is more than what I expected energy wise. Because we only seen each other maybe on passings. I never physically walked to you, which I should, because I'm a very open person. I can talk to anybody with my freaking eyes closed. But the way you move, this is from my observation, the way you move at the festival I went to, or actually when KRS won, when they had Pain St. Louis for the, what was it, 25th? I can't remember. Was it 25? Whichever. My cousins, by the way, I'm going to give credit to them right now. They're part of Midwest Avengers. John and Jamie, or James, so-and-so. These are my blood cousins. They throw a lot of massive shows. They've actually gave me placements at Cicero's, the Way Out Club. That's how I got to do my very first festivals, because they plugged me in with the Way Out. So shout out to my cousins. I will always give them credit due, as just due.
Big shout.
As being a part of it too, like Slumfest, all that stuff they've been a part of. But passing you, in the crowds I pass, like, you just move like air. This might be weird how I'm saying this, but listen to it. This is how my mind is calculating it. You move like air. Like, you have a strong presence. You're talented. And it's all written on you. Like, your image is you. First of all, like, I'm expecting to see you, with the glasses, the do-rag. Like, just the common hip-hop artist. But you're also rock, so you blend in both of those images together, and the way you carry yourself is noticeable that way as well. So this me just giving man, I gotta meet him. And when I had the chance to actually communicate with you to set this all up, I'm like, and he wants to sit down with me? Literally, that's me. Like, that's me. Like,
but props to you. You did did you do a mix for, it was on like Sway?
Yeah.
It was dope. I was vibing. I put that in my little list of stuff to work out to. Yeah, it was dope.
So
you did? I do a little research myself too. Like, I try to be up, because when you're out here trying to promote yourself, I think sometimes you could just be like, look, I'm gonna go anywhere that anybody lets me talk about my stuff.
I like it.
But you gotta be a little more discerning. You know what I'm saying? You want to find people that you can connect with. I think that's because I'm the opposite of you. Like, if people don't like shock me to do it, like if I'm not being forced into doing it, I would just sit at home and play PlayStation and just like and write my little songs. But it's like, you only gonna get so far.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
You gotta come out.
Man, like what you was talking about, those placements in St. Louis, you would think it wasn't even happening. Like, we were having these crazy things happen in my career, but it was because I wasn't taking out the time to make those connections. St. Louis ain't the place to be like, hey, nigga, you on TV, so I don't know you.
It's big for me. Like, it's huge for me. Like, man, like you are actually, before you leave here, I'm gonna find one of these little places and you're gonna sign it. Maybe sign my little in the HotZone up there. Like, you're literally gonna sign it, because your journey is what a lot of artists aspire to do, and how it transpired is obviously your path for it, and it was supposed to be for you. But artists that are coming up literally can learn from you. With just your journey. A lot of them naive. We know
It's all
that.
good.
We know that.
Because I've been that person.
Yes.
So that's why I had to have patience, because I've been there. I remember when I first got the deal, I was so excited. I printed up these little business cards. That's when I changed my name, and I was just going to shows and talking to artists like, yo, my name's Daemon. I just got with this publishing company. I'm trying to collaborate with some artists, And I had this. I'm not gonna say their names, but I'm friends with all of them now. But I had these 3 experiences. It was just like the 3 times like I got told no 3 times really hard. I got told no more than 3, but these 3 times. One time I remember I gave the artist my card and we're talking, and I remember he just looked at me and he set it on the table. We were sitting out on the patio at this place called the Monocle. It's in Tower Grove.
Yeah.
And he set it on the table and then just walked away. He didn't even say that to me. He just kept walking. I was just like, I just picked it up, put it in my pocket. And then the other one was, I'm talking to this rapper, and she's like, she stops me in the middle of me explaining. She's like, first you need to do your research on me, donkey.
Whoa, chick.
And then the third time, I think the singer, she just thought I was trying to sleep with her, but I'm not. Like, I was just like so excited, like I'm just bright out, like I just got a deal, and she just like laughed in my face. So I know that I know I could be of help, but it's also there's so much cynicism in the game. We've all been burned so much,
man.
You know that it's like it's not as easy as being like, yo, I got the hookup, let's go, like in the TV shows and the movies. And you see people, I see artists complain on Facebook and Instagram on social media all the time, like ain't no opportunities, ain't nobody helping. I'll be like, bro, it's hard to help you. It's hard. It's not just as easy. It's just like how many DJs do you know? How many other?
How many could you know if you actually went and sought them out versus them coming for you? Because we can get into it's a whole nother time. We can get a whole nother time on that because this is about you and your journey. But also, I like to always have that educational part of my shows because you have a journey, you have a story that can inspire others with being placed in your writing and your testimony. Before we get out of here, we got some more time, but before we get out of here, let's segue into the single that we're here to talk about, actually, which is called Speak On It. Let's talk about how that came about, who's produced it, where were you at when you wrote it, what inspired it. Let's dive into this. Let's dissect. Let's dissect this song.
I'm gonna give you an exclusive. Because I've been meaning to tell this story.
I'm an exclusive queen. Come on now.
Well, I've been meaning to tell this story. So first of all, let's just do the boring part. The props. Props to KoKo, the monster who produced it.
KoKo Bridges.
He's
Grammy nominated.
Grammy award winning.
Oh, my bad. I take that back. Don't give me KoKo.
Selling producer. And just like, he sets the tone. Because if someone can have that level of success and still be a human and like humble,
approachable. He's very approachable,
and not just and for the culture, for the city. Coming to shows, it'd be 10 people there watching me rap, and KoKo's one of them. It's like, what?
Wow,
like that's crazy. So big shout out to KoKo and my boy Adrian's Beats, of course, who recorded it, mixed it, and added some guitar on the end. So this is back when I was still messing around and using and drinking real hard. And I got into it with this guy who was my drummer at the time. And he kind of had a bit of a nervous breakdown. So we were all kind of not living together, but I was in the studio so much I might as well have lived, you know?
Pull out that couch.
And so we tried to have an intervention. And we like sitting down with him. And this is right around the time that movie The Joker had just come out. So this crazy motherfucker, he just starts quoting the Joker at us, right? And he looks at me dead, like, you ever seen somebody look at you and look through you? I'm talking about that 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah.
And he looks at me, he's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Right? He gives me a look and I'm just like, this? So I leave. I'm like, yo, he ain't finna kill me. So I go home. I started writing that song. And I started writing this, like, I was gonna call it Tough Love, and I'm writing him a note. So the whole song, I'm talking to him. You could be the one. You could be the one like me. Cause we working together. So I'm just like, basically like, yo, bro. And this dude had already like called the police on me once. Like, he had already done some like wild shit. So he on his third chance. Here we go with 3 chances. He on his third, right? So I'm like writing this song, pissed off, but I'm like trying to show him I love you, but dog, like, this don't play with me. And I post on Facebook, I'm like, yo, I need a place to record this song because it's just burning in my chest. I had to get it out. My producer, he calls me. He's like, bro, just come over here and record. That nigga ain't finna do shit. So I go over there. I'm in the studio recording the song, shouting at this, calling him a bitch, all this stuff while he outside. Finally, we get him to go home. He leave, whoop, whoop. He come back. Here's the crazy part. He comes back to the studio. This is low key. I guess I can tell this, whatever. He comes back to the studio, 4 o'clock in the morning. We just wrapping up the record. He breaks into the studio. And you see in the movies where you get so mad you see red. I always thought that was a joke. That shit's not a joke.
It's not.
I threw my glasses on the ground. I ran everything was red, and I don't even remember what happened. I just remember at some point, I'm on top of this dude and I'm choking him, and I hear like off in the distance someone going, Daemon. I'm just like, what the fuck? And I turn to my left, and Adrian is holding this dude's arm. This dude has a gun. Dude, I'm choking. He's holding him like this. Like, he's like, he's shouting at me. I come back to life. I come back and I get off the dude, and he gets him outside, and he locked the door. Dude just locks the door again. Dude lets off a bunch of shots outside and disappears and shit. But so the song is like a party hype anthem song, but the crazy thing is the root of it is actually it's deep. It's like it's literally. That's why I don't really like to rap about that gangster crazy shit that niggas always talk about, because I'm not a tough guy, but I seen the other side of it. I seen how addiction and poverty and that mindset, how it can poison you and almost have your friends ready to kill you, yo. I've been in them situations. I've been in them rooms. It's not all, everybody who raps about that shit always try to make it like you always the dude that's shooting, you always the dude selling, but somebody gotta be the dude getting shot. Somebody gotta be the dude that's using. So if you selling drugs and killing people in the same community, somebody's using those drugs. Somebody's taking them L's. And I've been in them rooms with people coming on the other side of it. I almost lost my life. Off that shit. So I just not to get all super serious. So I just take everything we put even in a party record like Speak on It. Like my music is 100% me. You know what I'm saying? Even the metaphors and the simile stuff like that is I always try to find a place of honesty and realism so that people can find something authentic out here, because it's just so much pandering. It's become WWE is real. At least them niggas got to work out. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. So yeah, let's Speak on It.
I mean, I've been meaning to tell I love the fact you just gave my platform the chance to talk about the story behind Speak on It. It's an amazing song. We're almost out of time here today, but before we get out of here, I always like to ask every artist or every guest, if you can change anything in the world, what would it be?
Change anything in the world?
Anything.
It's a problem because I'm dealing with some personal stuff. I would want some family stuff to be my family.
Oh, you can be personal. It's yours. You ain't got to be too deep. You ain't got to call names or whatever.
Change one thing in the world. I don't know. That's hard. That's
Isn't
really
it?
Hard. Yeah,
I like asking this question because it really makes you think deeply about.
I'm so focused on like what I need to do day to day. I don't think about that much. It'll probably be some selfish shit. Like I want to be the biggest rapper in the world. That's what I want to change.
Want to change it? Let's go. Like that.
But I'm working on that. So I don't know. I don't want it to be that. I don't know. I just feel like I guess maybe black people, how we ended up here. Like I would rather, I don't know, that's kind of silly, but just like eradicate just that history of slavery. Like I just wish that we never would have ended up in this position in the first place.
That is a good one.
I just feel like, I don't know. I mean, we making good with it, but I'm just kind of sick of making do. You know what I'm saying? I'm sick of that. I'm sick of that. All right, we just gonna make it. We gonna figure it out. Oh, your leg fell off, nigga. Well, you hopping today. I'm just kind of tired of like that mentality. We've grown up in that, and our parents grew up
We're
in
oppressed.
So, yeah. To where you just don't even feel it half the time. You're just like, oh no, that's just how it's supposed to feel. That's just life. It's like, nah, man. I got no white friends to know that ain't how it is for everybody. So, you know.
So we're literally almost out of here.
Yeah.
But before we get out of here, I'm going to play a little snippet of the song. You're also going to say your social medias. But who is your favorite? Who inspires you?
Who inspires me?
Yeah.
Me.
Woo. That one right there, baby. That one right there. And I love it. No, I love it because you should be inspired by myself.
I don't know. Like, I've been doing this so long that my inspirations are like, I want to be the competitor now. I don't want to You know what I'm saying? Like I want to do better than them. You know what I'm saying? But I will say my boy Gabe is a big inspiration for me. Trackstar the DJ, he's a big inspiration because he's done everything that I want to do, and we still just make stupid jokes and text messages. You know what I'm saying? Like that's still my boy, but he's like toured the world and played with Rage Against the Machine and stuff. So he's inspiration truly.
So, say your Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said yourself as your inspiration.
Yeah.
Say your Instagram. Say how people can find you, website, etc. Before we go into the premiere of this single here on the Hot Zone, speak on it. Also, bring it in. I'm tripping. Bring the whole song in.
Oh no. So yeah, it's you can find me on all social media. It's just Songs by Day. That's DAE. So Songs by DAE. And you're about to hear Speak on It, produced by KoKo the Monster, featuring my homie Zech Bishop. BLK Breakfast.
Is another Fleet DJ exclusive.
DJ Most Precious exclusive.
You could be the one with the ice down teeth, then the matte black brains with the rose white teeth, dripping from the paint. You've been taking off me. What you mean? What you mean? That my girl don't speak, don't speak. You can be the one, yeah. Oh yeah, be the one like me. You can be the one, yeah. Oh yeah, be the one like me. Oh yeah. What you mean? Oh yeah. I'm what you need. Oh yeah. What you mean? You'll never be the one like me. Don't be running to the law with my name upon your breath. Only fucking with the bar when you playing with yourself. Homie, claim what you are. You afraid for your health. You proclaim you a star. You became something else for the fame, for a car, for a chain, for the world. Brothers change, they evolve till there ain't nothing left. What a shame, yeah, it's hard to explain why I'm authentic. Daemon in the raw, like your brains on the floor. You can be the one, yeah. Oh yeah, be the one like me. You can be the one, yeah. Oh yeah, be the one like me. Oh yeah. What you mean? Oh yeah. I'm what you need. Oh yeah. What you mean? You'll never be the one like me. You could be the one with the ice down teeth, then the matte black brains with the rose white teeth, dripping from the paint. You've been taking off me. What you mean? What you mean? That my clock don't speak, don't speak. Time to kill the idle threats like a villain in the movie. You a joker, you a joker, you a sloth, you barely moving, so I'm giving you a push like you feeling suicidal. You colliding with the sidewalk, you convinced that you a psycho. Use a bitch with entitlement issues. Let me guide you ever since how you ride into your life. I told you you could be the one, yeah. Oh yeah, be the one like me. You can be the one, yeah. Oh yeah, be the one like me. Oh yeah. What you mean? Oh yeah. I'm what you need. Oh yeah. What you mean? You'll never be the one like me. You could be the one with the ice down teeth, then the matte black brains with the rose white teeth, dripping from the paint. You've been taking off me. What you mean? What you mean? That my girl don't speak on it.
So yeah, everybody, this has been a great pleasure today to have Daemon in the studio on the 5th season of In the Hot Zone with your girl, International Most P. I'll see y'all for the next one, but right now, stay blessed, and we are family now, so keep tuning in to In the Hot Zone with International Most P. Speak on it. Let's go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
For all new in the Hot Zone with International Most P, where you get all your hot spices, hot juices, hot topics with your favorite hot talent. Catch y'all next week. Let's go. Winning.